Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video series so far. I hope you've learned a hell of a lot about quitting smoking, about what the problem of quitting is. I think if you remember, we looked at breaking the quitting cycle, which was where we realised that you have to ask the right questions about quitting, and when you do that, you realise that the cravings are what you need to deal with in order to quit. So you need to eliminate mental cravings, and you need to reduce the physical cravings. If you can do that without willpower, you'll have an easy way to quit. So let's look at how we can do that. We remember we talked about the 4 stages of the mental process. That's where you go through this chain reaction when you generate a mental craving, and at that point when you've got the craving, you either resist or satisfy. Now instead of that, we show you what the mental craving really is once you understand this, and then you're in a position to understand the technique that we can teach you, which will literally eliminate the mental craving in under 30 seconds when you first learn it, and when you get good at it, in under a second. The second problem is the physical cravings, and what we learnt there was that the body can flush out the nicotine, and that the physical cravings are a readjustment process that the body goes through while the nicotine is being flushed out. So if we can reduce those physical cravings by giving you a treatment, then your body can flush out all the nicotine, and you will get to a point where you don't have any nicotine and your body's got no more readjusting to do. Therefore you'll never have physical cravings again. So that means that we've reduced the need for willpower with the physical cravings by taking away or reducing the intensity of the physical craving, and we've reduced the need for willpower by providing a technique that literally on the spot eliminates the mental cravings. Now let's have a look at some of the alternative methods and see if they actually solve these problems, the problems of the physical and mental cravings. We know that the True Quit method does. With patches, that's a nicotine replacement idea. That's where you, the theory would be that you gradually wean yourself off the nicotine. Now, let's say that you had nicotine and you took some patches which provided nicotine at this level, then you went down to the next level or dosage of nicotine patches, and then you went down to the next one. Well, at this point you'd have to go through the readjustment process, wouldn't you? So really patches and anything nicotine replacement doesn't actually provide a solution to the physical cravings, and it also doesn't provide any solution to the mental cravings. Now, Champix is a pharmaceutical that you can, it's a prescription drug from the doctor. That can initially help you with the physical cravings, but as soon as you stop the treatment, which you do have to do because it's poisonous, you can't take it for more than so many months, you'll find that you'll be getting mental cravings and you'll be having to use willpower. That's why they're around about 35-ish% success. Acupuncture. Acupuncture can temporarily reduce the physical cravings, but it doesn't deal with the mental cravings at all. And I know that because I am an acupuncturist, and I did try to help people many years ago with acupuncture, and I found that it was about 20 to 30% effective even after 8 to 10 treatments, and that's just not good enough. And even then, if someone did stop, they still had mental cravings, they still had to use willpower, and inevitably they'd crack and start smoking again. So now e-cigarettes are exactly the same in a way as patches, because they're just another nicotine replacement. You just inhale the nicotine. So the same there, they don't deal with the physical cravings or the mental cravings. Hypnotherapy sometimes can help with the physical cravings. It doesn't help with the physical cravings. You'd have to tough that out. Sometimes it can help with the mental cravings temporarily, but what we find is that a person has sort of a war going on in their head, and they're having to use a bit of willpower to deal with that. But if they do crack, they don't have any solution, because everything that occurred was a mystery. They don't have any technique that they can actually control. So we end up seeing quite a few people that have done hypnotherapy. With willpower, obviously that's the least effective other than patches, interestingly enough, but it doesn't have a solution to the physical and mental cravings. It is very hard that way. Cold laser is the same as acupuncture because it's just using the acupuncture points, so it can help with the physical cravings but not the mental. And books and seminars, education, they don't have any way of reducing the physical cravings other than perhaps distraction. It just helps you deal with them, like taking 10 deep breaths or distracting or having a drink of water or other meditation techniques. And with the mental cravings, similarly, but we haven't come across any technique that comes close to the True Quit method of literally eliminating the mental urge on the spot. So let's actually have a look at the True Quit method. It involves 3 components. You've got the treatment. That's the treatment takes about an hour. As I said, it's quite a sophisticated cold laser treatment. It's something that we've refined and developed over the time to be much more effective than the standard laser treatment. Generally, people only need one treatment. That deals with the physical cravings. You've got the mental solution, where we teach you the 4 stages and how to eliminate the mental urge on the spot. And then there's the support. Now, the support is there just in case you've misunderstood something or you're not implementing correctly. You can pick up the phone and talk to someone. Now, you'll know you're not implementing correctly if you're using willpower. You see, you're not meant to be using willpower, and that is what you fall back on if something's going wrong. So you simply call up, we correct the problem on the spot, and then you find that you're not using willpower because you're doing it properly. It really is a recipe. There's just a limited number of issues. It's not a mystery. If somebody fails, it's simply because they're not following the instructions or they don't call support. Now, the cost, we offer a payment plan so that it's affordable to everybody. The payment plan on a weekly basis would be any more than what a pack-a-day smoker is smoking on average. We never let finance be an issue because at the end of the day, our main aim is to help people quit. We've actually had people on social benefits quit with us. We never let that stand in the way. The main thing is that you have the treatment and you quit smoking as soon as possible so you can become healthy and actually start saving money. So if you did want to quit now, what you'd need to do is, there's 3 steps. You just need to make a booking. So you can call this number 1300 123 quit, and the quit word there equals 7848. So 1300 123 7848. Leave a message or talk to someone and they'll make your booking. The booking deposit is $85, so that's all you need in order to get started. Then you can come and have the booking. It's a 1-hour appointment, and during that appointment you get the full laser treatment and all the education. You understand the whole mental process. We also get you to practice the technique on the spot, so when you walk out the door and have a mental craving on the street, you know exactly what to do. We also give you this manual, which is a brief summary of the appointment, and we also give you a little card which has all the instructions on it. So this card actually has all the instructions. You put it in your wallet, you take a photo of it, and you can refer to that at any time if you've forgotten anything. But of course, after that, following the instructions, part of that is calling telephone support. The number is on the card. So you call the telephone support if you've got any questions, if you want to go over anything, or if you find that you're using willpower at all, you must call. There's also some online video support, which will have all of the education that you went through in the appointment, so you can review all of that at your leisure. Plus, there's videos for all the different common pitfalls, so that even if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you'll be able to get an answer to that. But generally speaking, most people don't need support. It's quite surprising. Let's have a very quick look at myths about quitting smoking. That will you need to use willpower? No, not if you've got a technique to make the mental urge disappear and an appointment, a treatment to lower the intensity of any physical cravings. Will you need to change your life? No, because even if your life does generate mental cravings, you can eliminate them. Will quitting be hard? Well, not if you've taken away the willpower. Will you need to endure endless cravings? No, because the physical cravings, they're not possible after 14 days. And mental cravings, you can actually, in the advanced way, reflexively, as a reflex, eliminate even the possibility of getting a mental craving. Will it be harder to smoke if you've smoked for a long time? No, it won't, because you've just still got to go through the same process of eliminating the nicotine and learning the technique and implementing that. And will it be harder if you've smoked more? If you smoke more every day than somebody else? Well, no, because it takes the same amount of time to get the nicotine out of your body, and the technique is you learn it just as quick. You just might have to use it a few more times if you smoke more cigarettes every day, but that's fine because it's not hard. It's literally very, very simple. So the other thing is, will you put on weight? Well, not if you don't eat more. And why would you eat more if you're not needing? There's nothing hard that you need to comfort yourself about, and you won't be distracting yourself because you'll be eliminating the cravings. So there really isn't any reason why you can't quit as soon as you want to. All you need to do is just decide, well, I'm going to do it tomorrow. And you would just pick up the phone, call 1300 123 QUIT, which is 1300 123 7848. It'll be our honour to help you. It is our passion. We know that you can quit. We know that we have a method that if you follow the instructions, you will succeed. So best of luck, and I hope that you enjoy the life of a non-smoker very, very soon.